Hello, my name is Mulk Raj and you're watching Hope with Magnolia. In this video I'm going to talk about the challenges of being a vegan 4 years in and the benefits, so stay tuned. So I started on my vegan journey about 4 years ago and it was very strange to say the least. I felt like I'd just taken a pin, unpinned a hand grenade and thrown it into every single social circle that I belonged to, and just caused massive chaos when people realised that I was going vegan. So it was like I just unplugging a hand grenade and just chucking it into a conversation. Like, I'm vegan, by the way. Yeah, no, I'm vegan. So yeah, it was a little bit strange, and it took a lot of getting used to. So let's get on to the benefits. The first benefit that I now realise I have benefited from since being vegan is my weight management, weight control. Now, when I first started training, probably about 10-11 years ago, I was 3 stones overweight than my current weight. I'm not going to tell you what my current weight is, but I was 3 stones heavier. And I started kickboxing, I started running, and I started doing weight training, and I lost about 3 stones. And but I used to train I used to train a lot. Probably at my peak, I used to train 5 to 6 sessions a week. So I used to do 2 kickboxing sessions a week. I used to go to weight training at lunchtime, and I used to try and get a training session at the weekend, and probably a run on a Sunday. That was probably at my peak. So I managed to keep my weight under control. But come Christmas or any kind of holiday or break, I would naturally let that slip and just ease into just relaxed mode and eat and drink and be merry. And I ended up putting on lots of weight, sometimes even as much as a half stone, sometimes even a stone. So coming back in the new year, I remember we were training for the Tough 10 in Weston-super-Mare, and I went out for a run with my kickboxing crew, and I managed to start off 5, 10, 15 minutes, start off okay, and as soon as we picked up the pace and I couldn't run, I felt paralysed from kind of my waist downwards. And it felt like I had just started training again. It was like I'd put on all this weight and I couldn't run. Now, let's contrast that to 4 years or 2-3 years later when I'd become vegan, and I would go out for my January run back in the office, and I couldn't believe it. I hadn't put on any weight. I hadn't put on any weight at all over Christmas, and I was able to run unhindered. I felt like Superman running alongside the train in the first Superman, if you know the Richard Donner film, and I felt amazing. And I just kept going and going and going. I felt like I could just keep running forever because I was able to manage my weight. My weight had been controlled. So that is the first benefit of going vegan. I'm better able to manage my weight. So going alongside that, my fitness is still good, and if not better. I look back at my my running times that I've recorded over the years, and I've improved minute per miles. When I look at my insanity workout fit tests, they're improving, and yeah, so I'm still as fit as I was, and I think that is down to the fact that I'm now eating more plant-based and I'm better able to control my weight. So number 3, I started to cook more. So I started cooking more, and that really helped at home. It's a really positive thing to do if you have children, for your children to see dad's cooking and providing for the family, cooking a nourishing meal. So that was benefit number 3. I really started cooking a lot more. So benefit number 4, when did you ever learn about nutrition? Did you learn about nutrition at school? I didn't take it as a subject at college. I certainly didn't do it at university. I was the product of not knowing anything about nutrition by age 30. You could probably tell by looking at me that I didn't know anything about good nutrition. But as I learned about the plant-based lifestyle, I naturally started picking up information about what is good nutrition. But not just about macronutrients, proteins, carbs and fats, but also about sugar and salt and processed foods and ultra-processed food, things that I talk about in my book, which is coming out next month, incidentally. So look out for that. So I've learned a lot more about nutrition, and I became a holistic nutrition health coach. So that was a fourth benefit. I learned a lot more about nutrition. So the fifth benefit is I now have a clean conscience when it comes to when I see animals. When I first started seeing videos of how animals were treated, it was actually on Facebook, how they're treated on farms and what they have to endure, even in their farm life, before they even reach slaughter. It just destroyed me. I was an absolute wreck for months, and I slowly started to investigate, started to give up certain types of meats as I learned more, and eventually I gave up all meat and dairy, and I feel so much happier. I feel so much more happier inside and more congruent with my values. So those are the benefits. Now on to the challenges. So I was learning on my course, I was learning about something called primary food, and primary food is everything around you that isn't on your plate. So that could be how much joy you have in your life, how much spirituality, your home environment, your finances. And I was feeling the effects of missing out of meat and just adjusting to a new lifestyle. So I probably ate too many carbs, and I ate too many chips, and I ate probably too many sandwiches and way too much bread as a way of kind of seeking comfort. And this is what primary food teaches me, is that when you're under stress, what you're going to do is you're going to look for comfort, and the easiest way to do that is to reach for food and drink, and that's what I was guilty of in the beginning. So it's a massive change to your lifestyle. Just imagine where food is involved in your life. It's everywhere. So obviously at home, eating out with family and friends, at work as well. And so 4 years ago there weren't that many vegan menus or vegan restaurants around. They were just coming into the fore. And today now I can walk out into any kind of restaurant chain and they will have a dedicated vegan menu, some really good vegan menus. So I would recommend doing your research, doing a challenge. The Viva do a really good challenge on their website, Challenge 22, or you could do one in January, or do Veganuary, and get some support and get some recipes and learn as much as you can before you actually start. Don't let that stop you from actually switching to a vegan lifestyle if that's what you want to do. But to get as much information and support as you can before you make the change. So that is my challenge to you. If you are thinking about it, and hopefully this video has helped, take a challenge and let me know how you get on. Leave a comment below, or you never know, in a year's time you could be making a video talking about your experiences. I'd highly recommend that you stop and take stock and reflect on how your vegan journey is going, and what are the positives and what are the challenges, and share those on a video. So hopefully you like this video. Give me a thumbs up if you do. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't like it, and consider subscribing. So go on over to www.hopewiththemagnolia.com. I've got lots of food on there, lots of recipes, food that I've enjoyed, lots of hot, tasty food. So yes, go over and take a look. See if there's anything you like. In the meantime, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.